Hey everyone, my name is Aatish Bhatia. I work here at Princeton University's Council on Science and Technology. So what I want to show you today is a workshop that my colleagues and I have been developing. This is called the paper piano. So why don't we just take a look and see how it works. Sorry, it's easy to get carried away with this thing. So what you just saw was literally a paper piano. That is a piano that is made entirely out of paper. So let's see how the paper piano works. Well, it starts off with a piece of paper and it's got this black line drawn on it, which is what you're going to paint with conductive paint. So what this is really is a wire that's made out of paint, and electricity can flow through it. One way that I like to think about it is imagining how water flows through pipes. So if you imagine that this is a pipe with water flowing through it, what happens when you close this and press one of these buttons is that you're completing the circuit. You're allowing the water, or really the electricity in the circuit, to flow all the way from up here, come down here, and flow out through this valve over here. If you imagine that this was like a really long pipe of water, you might imagine that you'd get really low water pressure, really low flow at the end. But if you had a really short pipe, let's say you had this pipe over here, which then connects down here, you're going to get more water pressure. So this over here, a higher flow or a higher electric current. This over here will lead to a lower flow or a lower electric current. And that's the basic idea of how this piano works. So once you've painted and dried your paper piano, the next step is to hook it up to the Arduino. Now don't worry if you've never done anything like this before. This is super beginner friendly and straightforward, and we'll walk you through the whole thing. So we've got your paper piano here. It's hooked up by 3 wires to this thing called the Arduino. The Arduino is basically a programmable tiny computer. This right here is the brains of it. And its job is to measure what voltage or what electric current, what is the flow that's coming through here of electricity, and take that number and convert it into sound. The sound is played by this speaker, but just so that you guys can hear it, I've also hooked it up to a bigger speaker over here. So how does the Arduino do that? How does it know what numbers to listen for and what tunes to turn them into? So that all happens in the code. So let me show you what the Arduino sees when you play the paper piano. So I'm going to go ahead and just play a bunch of random notes on here. And then let me do them in order. So hopefully what you can see is that it's measuring different values. What it's doing is measuring different values of the flow of electricity through this paper piano. So once we've gone and measured those 5 readings from the 5 different keys, we can go ahead and play our piano. All you got to do is press this upload button and we're done. We just tuned the paper piano. Oh, hello. I just wanted to say that this is going to be a super beginner-friendly workshop, so you don't need to know anything about code, you don't need to know anything about music, you don't need to know anything about electric circuits. We're just going to hang out, make some music together, and it's going to be a really fun time. So all I want you to do is bring your energy, your enthusiasm, and your curiosity, and I'm looking forward to it. Take care.